Shalom, sisters. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahasham, Hashem, Kawashai. And I want to do a quick video through the power and spirit of the Most High, just to touch on you've come too far, don't give up now. We've come so far in this truth. And just coming from the world, the Most High has brought us so far. And if you just, it's just something I've been thinking about for a few days. If you just look and see how far the Most High has brought you, He's brought all of us a long way. I don't know what y'all were doing in the world. I don't know what y'all been through, but I'm pretty sure the Most High has brought us a very long way. So we've come too far now. We too close to the end to be giving up and going back into the world. We have something greater ahead of us. So no matter what we're going through, no matter what we're facing, we got to still, endure in this thing. Because that's what it is. We're trying to get the kingdom. So no matter what we face, we still got to endure and keep the ways of Yahweh Shai. So that's what this video is going to be going into. I'm talking to the sisters only. You come too far, don't give up now. Keep enduring. So the first precept I want to get is Luke 17:32. And it's a classic. And Lord willing, we're going to go to that account next. But it's the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 32. Remember Lot's wife. Plain. Remember Lot's wife. Because the Most High told them not to look back. And she looked back. And guess what? She got turned to a pillar of salt. So don't be looking back into that wicked world. Or you're going to be just like Lot's wife. Going to be getting destroyed. Because you was wanting to go back into the world. You was trying to diddle-dally in the world. We too close to the end to be trying to diddle-dally in the world. Or let me just go smoke this blunt real quick. Or let me just go get drunk. Well, like the Most High don't see that. The Most High sees everything. Whether you trying to do behind closed doors or not, the Most High see everything. Now is not the time to be diddle-dallying back in the world. Now is not the time to be doing that. Now is the time to be getting our spirit right for our head break loose. The jagged trouble is on the rise. Everything is on the rise. But we don't have time to be playing around. It's too late. It's too close to the end. This is Genesis 19. I'm going to read I'm going to read verse 17 and then verse 26. And it came to pass, and they had brought them forth abroad, and that he said, escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. So the Most High gave clear instructions. Don't look back. Don't look back or you're going to be consumed. Verse 26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. So don't be like Lot's wife in his truth. You've come too far, sis, to be looking back. Quit playing with Yahweh Shemel Shah. You're going to get destroyed just like Lot's wife because you want to diddle down the world. You want to look back. You've come too far. You got to keep going. Ain't nothing in that world for you. Nothing in this life is worth your salvation. So we're going to go to the next precept. Because you caught up playing. You were playing with the Lord. We've been taught that this persona that Yahweh Shai is some sweet white man. And the Most High say he's a man of war. That's Exodus 15:3. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3. And it reads, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. The Most High is a man of war. Quit playing with the Lord like he owe you something. Like we don't even know if we don't know who will make it. That's why we enduring this truth. That's why we're trying our best to be diligent, trying our best to keep these laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability so we can get our name in the book of life. We don't know if our name is going to be in that book of life. We don't know who's going to make it. Quit playing with the Most High like he owe you something. Like you already got a seat in the chair or something. Like you already got your golden ticket to the kingdom. Quit playing with the Lord and quit. Now is not the time to be playing and be looking back. Get it together. And I'm speaking to myself as well. This is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 62. And Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. So once you put your hands to the plow, meaning once you come into this kingdom, you repent, you turn away from those sins you were diddling in. And of course we all sin, but you turn away from that wickedness you was doing. You turn away from adultery. You turn away from fornication. You turn away from getting high, getting drunk. You turn away from all those things. Once you put your hands to the plow and start keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, no more looking back. It says, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. No more looking back. You can't look back no more. Quit looking back into that wicked world. There's nothing there for you. Nothing in this life is worth your salvation. We don't got time to be looking back, sisters. Now, it's serious. It's finna get real out here. Get your spirit together. Get your spirit right. Get your head right. Keep these commandments. Quit looking back into that world because there's nothing there for you. Nothing is there for you in this world. I'm ready for America to go. I'm sick of this place. This place is wicked. I'm sick of it here. I was just thinking about that this morning. I was like, man, this place is so wicked. This place is so wicked. We don't have time to be looking back. I can't express that enough. We don't got time to be looking back. Because you weren't doing nothing in the world but darkness. Nothing but darkness. Getting drunk. Getting high. Fornicating. Adultery. Nothing is there. Going back into that world is going to get you destroyed. Plain. We have something so much greater ahead of us. And Lord willing, we're going to get into that in a minute. But first, I want to just tap on through the Pine Spit How about Shemasha. No looking back. But we're going to get into what's set ahead of us in a minute. But let me get this, because it's better for us to not have even known these commandments just to go back into the world. Most High's not dealing with that. Let's get that. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21. And it reads, "For it had been better for them to not have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them." It's better for you to have not even known these laws, such commandments. It's better for you to not even know the Most High name, just for you to go back to where, oh, it's too hard. I'm sick of fasting. I'm sick of reading. I'm sick of praying all the time. I can't do the things I want to do no more. I can't get high no more. I can't go to the club no more. I can't dress half naked no more. I'm just sick of it here. This is not the life I want to live. You had that type of mindset, you're going to get destroyed. Ain't nothing in that world for you. Nothing in that world for you. It's better for you to have not even known these commandments, known this truth, than for you to turn your back on the Lord because it's too hard. No matter what you're going through, sis, no matter what you're facing, you got to remember that 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, the Most High is never going to give you anything you can't overcome. You got to remember that everything that's getting thrown at you is already preordained. The battle's already won. You got to see it through. You got to keep enduring. Lord ain't going to give you nothing to utterly destroy you. You were built for that battle. You were made for this. So no matter how hard it get, you got to keep going. You got to keep pressing toward the mark. Because that's your lot. That's what the Lord gave you because he saw you fit to go through it. You can't give up and turn your back on the Lord because it's too hard. We all going through it. It's very hard. When you're trying to get the newest car in the lot, that ain't easy. When you're trying to get the new job, that ain't gonna be easy. How much more the kingdom of heaven? Of course it's gonna be hard, but you were chose, you were called for, and guess what? You gotta endure through it. And if you don't endure, you're gonna get destroyed. You gotta keep enduring, sis. The kingdom of heaven is at hand for us. The kingdom of heaven is for Israel. Nothing is for us in this wicked world. Nothing. You come too far to give up. Keep going. And I'm talking to myself as well. Anything I say to y'all through the parents of the Most High, I gotta apply to myself as well. I got to. You got to take heed to, the advice the Most High gives us through the Spirit. What precept was I looking for? 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. And it reads, "There have no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape that ye may be able to bear it." So the Most High is going to never give you anything you can't overcome, sis. The battle's already won. You got to remember that. The battle is already won. You just got to see through it and keep enduring it. It ain't going to rain forever, but you can't give up. You come too far. I know it's tough. I don't know what everybody's going through behind closed doors. I don't know every sister in Israel, so I don't know what everybody's going through behind closed doors, but I know it's tough, and I know some people got it a lot tougher than others. But you got to remember that the Most High saw you fit to go through it, so don't give up, sis, because the Most High chose you, and the kingdom of heaven is for you. The kingdom of heaven is for you. You got to keep going. I'm going to go to the next precept. Let's go to Philippians. This is the book of Philippians chapter 3 and verse 13. "Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, Forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh and Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. So you got to be in the type of spirit of our forefather Paul was. You got to learn from our foremothers and our forefathers. That's what these scriptures are for our learning. Romans 15:4. Paul said, I'm forgetting those things that are behind. I'm pressing toward the mark. Meaning the only thing on his mind is the kingdom of heaven. Only thing on his mind is serving Yahweh Shema like Yahweh. He forgetting whatever is behind. So that's type of spirit we got to be in. Forget those things which are behind. Forget it all. And I'm talking to myself as well. Forget those wicked memories. Forget going back into the world. Forget anything that ain't gonna help you get the kingdom. Forget anything that's not bettering you as a woman. Forget anything that's not helping you get your salvation. Forget it. Press toward the mark. Press toward getting this kingdom. Press toward what's going to help you grow. Press toward what's going to help you be a better Israelite woman, a better Israelite wife, a better Israelite mom. Press toward whatever's going to help you be a better servant of Yahweh Shema Shai. But forget anything that's not serving you any type of purpose. Forget it. Got to be in that type of spirit. What's the next precept? Okay, so let's get this. We're going to go to Romans 8:18. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 18, and it reads, For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So no matter what you're going through, sis, no matter how tough it may be, just remember that the things that you're going through right now can't even be compared to the glory that you're going to receive in the kingdom of heaven. That's why you got to keep enduring. That's why you got to keep going. That's why you can't give up. Because the things that you're going through right now can't even be compared to the glory we're going to receive in the kingdom most high. It can't. And you never know why you might be going through something. You may be going through something, so when the next sister goes through it, you've already been through it. So you can help her get through it. You never know what the most high doing. You got to keep the faith. You got to remember that everything is to mold us to the better Israelite women. You got to remember that acceptable men. Let me get that real quick. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2. I think it's back here. Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 5. And it reads, For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So when we're going through, you got to remember that the Most High sees you as acceptable to go through the furnace of adversity. That's Hebrews 12:5. Hold on, let me get that real quick. Hold on, y'all, so I can. It's Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 5. And it reads, wrong page. And it reads, And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So when you're going through that affliction, when you're going through that fire, that means the Most High loves you. That means the Most High sees you fit to go through. That means the Most High is dealing with you. If you're not going through nothing, you need to be asking yourself, is the Most High dealing with me? Because when you're going through, that means the Most High is dealing with you. Whatever you're going through, the Most High is literally trying to mold you into a better Israelite woman. How are you ever going to be better if you don't get cleansed? It's like when you're saying gold got to get through the fire so it can be shinier. So when we go through the fire, that's the Most High cleansing us from impurities and iniquities so we can be that precious jewel, so we can be shinier, so we can be better servants of Him, better handmaids of Yahweh Shema Shah. We got to go through the cleansing process. We got to go through the purification process. We got to go through that fire and get all these iniquities and impurities and undesirable traits and undesirable spirits off of us. You got to go through the fire. The Most High literally send us through the fire to make us better women. So you got to want that affliction. You got to want that affliction. And I know it's tough, but you got to remember the Most High is never going to give you anything you can overcome. You got to remember these precepts that we have in front of us that tells us to keep going, that tells us that affliction is good for us, that tells us we can't get the kingdom without affliction. That's Acts 14:22. With much tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom of the Most High. That's Acts 14:22. You got to, in order for you to get the kingdom, you got to go through much affliction. So that's required in this walk. Us going through this required in this walk. You got to love that. But no matter how hard it get, you can't give up. You can't give up because that is required. If you want the kingdom, you got to go through that fire. So you can't give up. You can't give up. This 1 Corinthians 2:9. But as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yahweh hath prepared for them that love him. No man can wrap their mind around. No man, no woman, no child, not even an animal. Nobody can wrap their mind around the kingdom that the Most High has for us, the glory He has set up for us. It's going to be Like a sister told me, I can't even imagine eternal peace, because this place is hell. I hate it here. This place is terrible. Eternal peace, no more demons, no more pain, no more crying. Like, I can't wrap my mind around that, because that's all we know. Pain, demons, crying, stress. That's all we know. Imagine eternal peace. Imagine never working again. Imagine never crying again. Imagine never fighting a demon again. Imagine all those things. That's what we finna come into, Lord willing. That's why you got to keep enduring, sis, because that's what's laid up for you. But no man can wrap our mind around that. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. The kingdom of heaven is for you. It's for Israel. It's for us only. It's for Israel. We've been on the bottom all our lives. I was telling my head that this morning, like, we've been on the bottom our whole life because we didn't keep the commandments. Of course, it's a curse. We didn't keep the commandments. This is our punishment. We've been on the bottom our whole lives. We've been taught that we number scum, thugs, whores. We've been taught that we nothing. And to come into this truth and know that we the chosen people of the Bible, we them Jews that the Bible speak of, we the Israelites, and the kingdom for us, that do something to you. The Most High chose me. Little old me. We're none but dust and ash, and the Most High chose us. The Most High chose you, sis, to go through this fire. You can't give up, because nobody can wrap their mind around the kingdom. It's unbelievable to know that let me get this. You gotta get this. This is Revelations chapter 21. I'm gonna do verse 4 a little bit. 21 verse 4. And Yahweh shall, this is one of my favorite precepts. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more pain, no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And I'm going to skip down to verse, hold on, y'all, bear with me. Hold on. Hold on. I think that's what I want. Verse 18. And the building of the wall of it was jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. So just imagine the kingdom of heaven is pure gold. There's gold everywhere. You can't even wrap your mind around that. You can't even wrap your mind around that, because I always used to seeing these bumpy, ugly concretes, these broken roads, construction signs everywhere. That's all we used to seeing. You just can't even wrap your mind around these things. We ain't gonna never have to worry about fighting demons no more. No more pain. We'll never stress no more. We'll never worry no more. Like, that just makes you smile. Like, we can't even wrap our mind around the things that are laid up in store for us. So why give up now? Why give up when you know the kingdom of heaven is for you? Why give up when you know what's laid ahead for you? And I know it's tough. I'm fighting demons just like y'all, in this flesh just like y'all. I know it's tough, but you got to remember what's ahead. You got to keep enduring, because Matthew 24:13, he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. We're trying to get saved out of this. We're trying to get delivered out this wicked, nasty captivity, but you got to keep enduring. And I'm going to get a few more and I'm going to close out. But this second Ezra, I'm going to get this account in second Ezra chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 36. Flee the shadow of this world. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. You got to flee the shadow of this world. Again, nothing in this life is worth your salvation. There's nothing for you in this world. Nothing. Let me get this real quick before I get that. This second Ezra chapter 7 and verse 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. So this life right now is not where the true glory is. You so-called Black, Latino, and Native American women, you got to keep enduring, sis, because this present life is not where the glory is. This is not our rest. This is not our kingdom. This is these other nations' kingdom. They running the show. Esau running the show. They got it good right now. We got ours coming. We got next. So we got to keep enduring, because this life ain't where the glory is. You got to keep going, because we got something better. Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that hath called you to the heavenly kingdom. We back on chapter 2, by the way. Arise and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord. Remember, again, which are departed from the shadow of the world. So you got to depart from this world. Depart from it. Forget those things behind, press toward the mark. Nothing in this world is for you. Leave the world. Completely leave it. No more going back into the world. No more. There's no such thing as falling out the truth and come back into the truth. Once you leave this truth, you ain't no coming back. You don't fall out the truth and then come back into the truth. So flee the world. There's no tapping back into the world. No diddle daddling. Quit. You playing with fire. You playing with fire. No, let me just smoke this blunt real quick. Anybody gonna know? The Most High sees everything. Quit playing with the Lord. No tapping back into those old sins. No. No more clubbing. No, none of that. Take that number. You gotta be disciplined in this truth. And you gotta think about it. We already is disciplined. To stop doing all the stuff we've done only by the power of the Most High Yahweh Shema Shah. That's disciplined as it is. Take that number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I cannot number, and they all praise the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all, and the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to command them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen. So you got to keep enduring, because we're trying to be like that. This is a vision that Ezra saw. We're trying to be getting crowned. We're trying to be clothed in all white, getting crowned, because we endured the wickedness of this world. There's nothing in this life, nothing in this life is worth your salvation. You got to keep going. If you're trying to get a crown, if you're trying to get a seat in the kingdom, you got to keep going. It's always going to be something rising up against us. I understand. I'm in this walk just like y'all. It's tough. It's tough fighting demons. There's always something trying to get you out the spirit. Satan desires to sift us out as wheat. Let me get that real quick. Satan desires to sift us out as wheat. Satan wants us spiritually dead and physically. Satan literally wants to kill you. Satan wants your faith. Satan wants you done. It's Luke 22:31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan have desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and with our converted strengthen thy brethren. So Satan desires to sift us out as wheat. Satan wants to kill us. Satan doesn't want us getting the kingdom. He don't want us getting close to the Most High. But you got to keep going. It's always going to be something working against us, because getting the kingdom is not going to be easy. Nothing that you're trying to, nothing worth having in life is going to be easy. If you're trying to get, like the Most High say, if you're trying to get a new job, a new car, it ain't going to be easy. How much more the kingdom of heaven? Satan is going to do everything he can to throw you off your path, but you got to keep going and keep enduring. And with that, I want to go to I'm going to go to Matthew 16:25 through the Spirit. All praise to the Most High. How about Shema Shah, sis? What precept I just say? Matthew 16:25. Okay, this is Matthew 16:25, and it reads, For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is it a man profited, that he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his own soul? So what does it profit you to go back into this wicked world? What does it profit you? Because you're going to lose your soul at the end of the day. You ain't gonna make it. What is it gonna profit you? You gotta be able to lose your life so you can find it, meaning lose that wicked life. Put it away from you, leave it alone, to hell with that wicked life, and truly serve Yahweh Shema Shah in righteousness and sincerity, because you're gonna find your life, that everlasting life, Lord willing. That's what we're trying to get. But if you still diddle down in the world and you ain't really put that old man away, and that's what this walk is about, putting away that old woman daily. If you ain't putting that old woman away, you still diddle down in the world, you ain't really forsook the old life, you ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. It says, whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. What is a man profit, that he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? So it's not gonna profit you nothing going back into the world. It's not gonna profit you nothing Nothing. Let me get this real quick. This is Iraq, chapter 26. That's the spirit. Kind of open. Close to it. Chapter 26 and verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men that understand that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepareth such as one for the sword. That's thus saith the Lord. Not the mouth, not Abiria. Abiria didn't say it. The Lord said it. If you go back into the world, the Lord got a sword waiting for you. That's why you got to keep enduring. That's why you got to keep going. That's why you've come too far to give up, because there's a sword waiting for you if you do give up. There's a sword waiting for you if you turn your back on the Lord. It's a sword waiting for you if you go back into that wicked world. It's a sword waiting for you. What does it profit you? It don't profit you nothing. So you got to keep going, sis. I understand it's hard. I understand it's tough. I understand. I get it. I get it. But you got to keep going. You got to keep enduring. You got to keep pressing toward the mark so you can get that kingdom, so you can get that everlasting life. It's not going to profit you nothing to go back into that wicked world. And then, I'm going to go to Romans 12 and 2. It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. So, sis, you can't be conformed to this world, sis. You got to put that wicked world away. You got to put that old woman away. You can't go back into the world. You come too far, sis. You got to keep pressing toward the mark. We're trying to get everlasting life. We're trying to get the kingdom. We got the kingdom ahead for us. We're not worried about what that world think. We're not, to hell with that wicked world. You can't be conformed to this world. You can't be trying to do what people in the world do. You can't be trying to get down with people in the world. You can't do what they do. That's not your lifestyle no more. Don't be conformed to this world. You got to be truly set apart. In your actions and your thoughts, you got to be truly set apart. You can't do what the world do no more. You just can't. You can't do what the world do no more. And I got, let me get these last two and I'm going to close out. It's Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 11, and it reads, as a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool returns to his folly. So when you go back, if you go back into the world, you like a dog returning to his vomit, because you returning back to your folly, and we don't want that. We don't want that. Let me get this. This is Mark 1:15, and saying the time is fulfilled and the kingdom of Yahweh is at hand. Repent ye and believe the gospel. So the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We don't got time to be playing right now. We don't got time to be tapping back into the world. We don't got time to be going back into the world. There's no time to be diddle-dallying in the world. You only want to keep the Sabbath when you want to. You only read on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You out partying and clubbing as soon as the sun go down on Shabbat. There's no time to be playing with the Lord right now, because thus saith the Lord, it's a sword waiting for you if you return from righteousness to sin. You got to keep going, sis. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. All hell's finna break loose. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. The kingdom of heaven is literally at hand. And, we've probably been hearing for over 10 years now that we're in the last days. We're really in the last days. We don't have time to be playing around. And I'm going to get a closing precept and I'm going to close out. So, we're going to get it out of Timothy. This is the book of 2 Timothy, and I'm going to go to chapter 2 and verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen to be a soldier. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully. So you got to continue to endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah says. You got to continue to endure, because nobody that goes to battle and war, they don't give up. They be fighting hard for their country. So how much more us fighting hard for the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shah? It says, no man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen to be a soldier. So you can't be entangling yourself with the affairs of this wicked life. You can't do that. You can't be lukewarm. You can't be half in and half out. You got to pick and choose a side. I know I said I was just going to get two more, but this is spirit. Let me get this real quick. You got to pick and choose what you're going to do. You're going to serve the Lord, or you're going to serve Satan. Because if it ain't on the Lord, it's of Satan. Lord, when we're going to come back to this. Let me get a pen to mark it. I want to get this real quick through the spirit. This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. And it reads, You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of the devils. You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and table of the devils. So you got to pick and choose a side. You're either going to be in the world or you're going to be in the truth. There's no half A in it. You're either going to serve Yahweh Shema Shai or you're going to serve the wickedness of this world. You got to pick and choose. You got to choose a side. And like I heard recently, we should have been chosen a side by now. Life or death. Which one? Which one you choosing? I'm going to get another precept that basically says the same thing. It's beautiful though. You know, it's beautiful. Let me get it real quick. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, else he will hold to the one, despise the other. He cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. Mammon just means devil. You cannot serve the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai and be in this world. It don't work like that. Pick and choose a side. Says, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, sis? Are you going to give up? You're going to keep going. You're going to serve the Lord or you're going to go back in that world and you got a swear word for you. What are you going to do? And then we're going to get this real quick. So this is 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but to all them also that love his appearing. So you got to continue to fight that good fight. We're trying to finish the course. We're trying to finish the race so we can get that crown of righteousness. That's the whole point. You got to remember why you're in this truth, because the minute you forget, that's when you start to slip up. You got to remember that you're in this truth to fear the Most High, be a light, wake your people up, and get the kingdom of heaven. When you lose sight of all that, that's when you start to slip. So, Lord willing, this touched a sister. I definitely need to hear it for myself. Lord willing, I can take heed to my own advice that the Most High gives me through the Spirit. But that's all the precepts I had, and I just wanted to encourage sisters to continue to endure. Just making sure I touched on all the precepts. Okay. I just want to encourage us to continue to endure. Understand, women, we're the wicked vessel. We go through we be really emotional. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's tough. Understand it's hard. But you got to keep enduring because we got something greater. We got something greater at hand. We'll never have to worry about fighting demons again. We'll never have to worry about crying again. No more pain. We literally have something greater ahead for us. And I said I was done, but let me get this last precept. It's the Spirit of the Lord. Let me get this last precept. This is that book of Acts, chapter 14 and verse 22, and it reads, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So, through the powers of the Most High, I'm just exhorting my sisters and just encouraging y'all to continue in the faith, because through much tribulation, we shall enter the kingdom of the Most High. You're not going to enter the kingdom without going through hell and back, without going through tribulation. So just, Lord willing, we can just look at affliction as a beautiful thing, because it's really to better us as women. It's really to make us better. And if the Most High didn't love us and have us on his mind, he wouldn't even be dealing with us. We wouldn't be going through the fire. But because the Most High loves you, he sees something in you. He saw you fit to go through it. He chooses to send you through the fire. And last precept. Spirit of the Lord. Can't quench the Spirit. But this is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 16. And it reads, and therefore he never withdraws his mercy from us, and though he punished with adversity, yet doth he never forsake his people. So though the Most High deal with us, though he sends adversity on us, though he sends us through adversity, though he sends spirits on us, he will never forsake us. As long as you're doing what you got to do as a woman, the Most High is never going to forsake you. The battle's already won. Nothing is too hard for the Lord. It don't storm forever. Just keep enduring, sis. No matter what, keep enduring. Lord willing, these precepts uplifted y'all, because these scriptures are always a comfort. Reach out to sisters. You're not alone. Lord willing, if y'all ever need anything, I'm here. We nothing but dust and ashes, but we got to keep enduring. We have something so much greater ahead of us. We've been at the bottom for so long, and Lord willing, we finally going to be back on top. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. We can't wrap our mind around the kingdom. It's something that we can ever, we can't even imagine, something greater than we ever imagined. It's going to be very beautiful, and it's for Israel. It's for us. It's for the people that's been going through it all our life. It's for them Negroes, them so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native American. It's for us. You got to keep enduring, sis. I get it that it's hard, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going. I can't stress that enough. Nothing in this life is worth your salvation. You got to flee the shadow of this world. We're trying to get crowned. So continue to endure, continue to run this race. And like the Most I had me say on the other live, if you didn't watch it, or the other video, nothing, don't let nobody get in the way of your salvation. Whatever it's caused you to stumble, whatever's in the way of your salvation, cut it off or move it far from you. Lord willing, you sisters continue to endure. I love y'all. Call halal Yahweh by Hashem and Hashem like Hawashai. And Lord willing, we can just continue to endure together. Shalom.